afternoon, everybody. Brian here from the Wilson Family Lights. Happy Thursday. Week's going by. Can't believe we're coming up on the middle of July. This year is going by. I don't know, it's weird. The older I get, the years go by faster. Not sure exactly why that happens. But anyways, we are doing another quick video tutorial with CapCut and some of my AtmosFX videos. Now, I am not a spokesman for either one. CapCut just happens to be the program I've learned to use with my various socials, and I really like the product that they offer. AtmosFX I've been using for at least like 14 or 15 years. Certainly every year I've been down here in Florida, which is coming up on 10. And I think I used them back in Massachusetts for some of their Christmas videos. So this is a quick way for you to boost your display, whether it's Halloween or Christmas, and customize it so it's your own. We've talked about that you can integrate video into your Light-O-Rama setup very easily. Get yourself a projector, get yourself the Light-O-Rama setup and a computer, and it really doesn't make a difference what software and what videos you use. You can synchronize it all up to music, and then you take that file and that's what you synchronize to your Light-O-Rama display, so the lights are playing along with the music. We're going to go into how to do that starting next week. 4th of July hit. It is officially Halloween season in most people's world. November 1st for me, but then again, I'm crazy. So we're really going to start amping things up as we're going to have 3 months to get our display completely ready. I've got some new things we're going to add into X-Lights. We're going to be starting up our building of a lot of these new props, as well as we're going to go through our old props, make sure they're up to snuff. I don't have to do any repairs. That way, when I'm ready to put stuff out, it's a seamless interaction and a seamless plan to get everything up and running. So, all right, what we're going to do is off screen here, I've got my folder open that has all of my AtmosFX videos in it. And what we're going to do for this one in particular is we're going to use a trick-or-treat video. So you take it and drop it into your import screen or the import section of your CapCut program. Once it's in there, you take and you drop it into your timeline, and then I'll typically just run it to see exactly how much time. So I've got 10 seconds here for this. Now, one thing to take into consideration is this is going to be cast onto a big screen this year. Actually, it's going in this window here in my office, which is above one of my garages. Because we're going to be in Massachusetts for part of October, I'm not doing a full walkthrough in my yard like I typically do. Everything's going to be centered around my driveway. That way no one's walking through and we don't have to worry about anybody tripping on anything. Just a safety factor where I'm not going to be here for part of it. So, all right, so we've dropped our video into our timeline. We've got 10 seconds to make this our own. So what I do is I'm going to go up and grab a text. They have different text effects that are built into the CapCut program. They're already pre-done. You can modify them to an extent, but they're pretty much stock, and you drop them in, and then you can change colors, and you can, there again, you can customize. You can make your own. That's an entirely different 3.5-hour video I'd have to make to be able to do that. I've done it before. It's just very time consuming and tedious. So I'm going to go to text templates, and I'm going to put in Halloween as my filter. So now what it did was it looked through at all the text effects that are here that are Halloween based come up. Again, you find one you like, all you need to do is highlight the star and then it goes up into your favorites. So we're going to check this one out. We'll just drop it here in your timeline. Where you drop it doesn't matter right now. We're going to adjust that. So that one looks pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we'll go up into our player timeline, which is where you access the parameters for your text element. And if you look over here to the right, under basic and templates or what have you, you have your paragraph 1, 2, some of them go up to 5. It depends how many text elements you're allowed to have in this specific text template that we're using. So what we're going to do is we're going to come out of this and I'm going to put in Happy Halloween. And then we're going to go up to prank and put in the Wilson family lights. Now, it looks huge. Obviously, if I play this, people aren't going to be able to see it and you can't see Sam. So what we're going to do is we're going to back this up, because you can look at your timeline where Sam comes into the video and we can set it so it's not there. It'll dump out before Sam comes in. So we'll go back to the beginning of the video, move this over, and you see this green line that comes in, and that tells you you're lined up with the beginning of your video. So we're going to go to the end again. Just as Sam is starting to come in, we're going to have this dump out. So we're going to move the timeline back to here. Now we're going to make sure we're highlighted in this, and we're going to go to transform. We're going to go to scale. You can either use your slider or you can use the up and down arrow. I usually get it into where it's roughly where I want, and then I fine tune. We're going to make this into the middle again if we can. Let's see if it's going to let me. All right. So see how you get the plus sign? That means this image is directly in the middle of your video. Now with me, I'm going to have this up a little bit only because of the way this video or this text element is oriented. So now we start it up. Happy Halloween, the Wilson family lights, and then Sam jumps out and scares the bejesus out of the beggars. Perfect. Now, we have some space here where we have nothing. Sam goes out of the picture. You could add in a second text. So we're going to drop it back to the timeline where Sam disappears. Start this over. And this is what we get. Perfect. Now, this is something I would use what's called a filler. I run anywhere from 10 to 20 actual song sequences, depending if it's Halloween or Christmas. My Christmas show, I usually runs about an hour, and then it starts all over again. Halloween, I try to keep it around a half an hour. So I'll use less actual full song sequences, and I put these things in fillers or bumpers is another way to put it. This allows you to give your audience some messages if you wanted, or it gives time in between each song, so it helps stretch out your show in your display, so you don't have to have as many big sequences running. Now, if you've got an updated computer and you've got really good equipment, it doesn't make a difference. But if you're using an older laptop or whatever, the less stuff that you're going to have set up in your show folder, which we will go into in further videos down the road, the better, because it uses less resources to run. With me, it doesn't matter, only because the computer I run is got 128 of RAM, and it's got a huge hard drive, and it's got a pretty fast processor. And I'm sure I'm speaking Greek nerd to a lot of you. I apologize, but some of you will understand. I have a big tech background, and my wife used to be a manager and engineer for Dell. She's now on a new contract, and as a result, I have multiple Dell computers that I've purchased through the years, because let's face it, a discount is a discount. So some of us are in that position, some aren't. But you can still run an awesome show even if you're using an older laptop. Can't use something that maybe came out when Windows 3.1 was the system. That's a little bit old. But certainly if you've got something that's running 10, or even if it was running, XP or 7, you could certainly be using that to run this. You just don't run any other programs in the background, which if you need some help on trying to figure all that out, just hit me up. I'm going to give you my main email address, which is guitars with an S, GUITARS dot cigars with an S, INFO at gmail.com. And just put in the subject when you send me an email, display help. And I'll know at that point that you're looking for some help with your Halloween display or any of the stuff that we're talking about. I'm here to help. I've been doing this for 18 years. Chances are I have screwed up more things than you probably will ever try for your display. As a result, I'm trying to pass that knowledge on so A, you don't spend stupid money on stuff you don't need, and B, save you a lot of time, because I've learned that no, this took 3 days to do, and it would have, should have, could have taken me 2 hours. Those are the things I'm trying to instill with this channel. So, all right, Brian here from the Wilson Family Lights. We appreciate you checking us out. So this is a quick video on how to make yourself a customized video to enhance your Halloween or Christmas display. We're on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're on X. By all means, check out our stuff. Comment, like, that would be fabulous. And even more so, if you could subscribe to these channels, that would help us grow, and we can continue to give you this type of content. I need more coffee, as well as add more stuff in as we progress. So, all right, Brian here from Wilson Family Lights. We will see you in the fog.